Ted Bundy was born in 1946 beneath a veil of secrecy. His earliest days shadowed by lies about who his parents were. He grew up quiet and watchful, a boy who learned early how to wear charm like a mask. Neighbors remembered his politeness, his intelligence, his easy smile that concealed something colder. Inside him, however, fantasies began to twist into dark compulsions he could neither explain nor control. In the early 1970s, young women began to vanish across the Pacific Northwest. College campuses in Washington and Oregon trembled as students disappeared in broad daylight. Witnesses described a handsome man with his arm in a sling, asking for help, flashing a disarming grin. That man was Bundy, who used feigned vulnerability to lure victims toward their doom. He moved through crowds like a ghost, blending in, watching, calculating. Investigators struggled to connect the scattered crimes, unaware that one predator was crossing state lines. Bundy studied law and even worked at a suicide hotline, all while hiding a monstrous double life. His confidence grew with each escape, each successful manipulation of trust. In Utah and Colorado, more women vanished, their last moments swallowed by wilderness. Finally arrested in 1975, Bundy insisted on his innocence with persuasive calm. He seemed almost amused by the accusations, as though the courtroom were merely a stage. Then he escaped, twice, leaping from a courthouse window in Colorado. He vanished into the mountains like a fugitive specter. Captured again, he shed weight and slipped through a jail ceiling, crawling to freedom in the dead of night. He fled to Florida, where his violence escalated into something even more brazen and brutal. In January '78, he entered the Chi Omega sorority house and left devastation in his wake. The nation watched in horror as details emerged of bludgeoned victims and shattered lives. His mask began to crack as bite mark evidence and eyewitnesses tied him to the crimes. The trial in Florida became a spectacle, one of the first to be nationally televised. Bundy acted as his own attorney at times, questioning witnesses with eerie composure. Behind the performance, the evidence tightened like a noose. In 1979, he was sentenced to death. Even then, he continued to confess in fragments, hinting at dozens of murders across multiple states. Investigators believe he killed at least 30 women, though the true number may never be known. On January 24, 1989, in Florida State Prison, the electric chair awaited him. As dawn broke, crowds gathered outside, some holding vigil, others celebrating. When the switch was thrown, the man who had thrived on control met an end he could not charm his way out of. Yet the unease he left behind lingered. Bundy forced America to confront a terrifying truth: that evil does not always look monstrous. Sometimes it smiles,